Hey friends, it's Lady Ambrosia. I hope you all are doing well. I am here live and in color. So today was crazy. I pretty much slept in. I went to the gym. I got in a little bit of cardio. And then I ended up meeting up with my good friend, my good Judy. And we kind of had a little bit of fun today. And we ran around here, ran around there. And we got some shopping done. We had some good bonding time. And I have a haul for you guys of stuff that I had purchased. And then also, I was going to talk about kind of death and mourning and all that fun stuff. So, for those of you who have kind of been on my channel, I'm going to be pulling up the chat down here so I can see what I'm doing just so you guys know. So, for those of you who have been kind of keeping up with me and following my channel, you know that sorry. But you guys know that, so March 23rd of 2016, I lost my mother. And it was one of the most pivotal moments so far in my life, for sure. I mean, it was crazy. And, I've talked about what that is like. And for those of you who are part of that unfortunate club, you know what that's like. But so, we have different mourning traditions and we have different customs that make us feel, more connected. And one of my family's traditions where we kind of honor her and her veil crossing is we actually like paint our nails blue during the month of March because it's like in celebration of her and who she was. And like blue was her favorite color, and blue was just very mom, you know? And so, yeah, so I went and I got my nails. Here's the camera. I went and got my nails painted blue, and I got like a little bit of gold glitter on them. And so this is a very healing thing for me and for my family as well. And the whole month of March, it's like a daily reminder as you look down at your hands that this is what time it is, and that it reminds you and kind of pulls you back to that headspace of kind of celebrating her crossing the veil and celebrating that aspect of life, which is death. And then in June, around her birthday, we also have like a celebration of life every single year. So I did that today, which I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that, particularly because I have a haul. And one of the things that I want to show you in this haul, I'm really excited about. And you guys, I actually got this at Walmart. Oh my gosh, hey Carly. Hey. Carly, I'm telling you, I wish you could have met her too. My mom was the type of person who, her smile could just light up a room. That's kind of who she was and what she was about. And she was also the kind of person who like didn't know a stranger. Like you were like a child of hers basically when she met you. And she was very much the mother archetype. Matter of fact, guys, let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, you can't really see it because the light back there, but that's her ancestral altar. So okay, but so I was at Walmart today with my friend, and we were picking some stuff up, and I'm really excited about it. So one of the things, this is an oil bottle. So one of the things that I have seen at Walmart time and time again, every time I go, is this statue, and it's at Walmart. And every time I see her, she was just like really speaking to me, and so I was like, man, like, am I gonna get her this time? Am I not? Like, what is going on with my hair, y'all? So anyway, this is the statue that I ended up getting because I passed her by about 4 or 5 times, and I was like, yeah, no, maybe I'm not gonna get her today, like maybe another time. How badass is this? I think she is so cool. You know, Carly, it's funny that you mentioned about painting it because I have actually thought about painting her. I don't know how many of my other videos, Carly, that you follow. Also, for those of you watching, like Carly and I are IRL friends. We're IRR pals. So, and she's a cool cat. She really is. But Carly, I don't know how many of my videos you have actually like followed or watched, but I'm pretty sure I talked about this where I bought this Mary statue at a Goodwill and like painted her black and turned her into the archetype of the Dark Mother. And I was planning on like drawing the moon phases back here. But yeah, this is a perfect example of taking, you know, sometimes easier to come across, more affordable, Judaism, like statues and stuff, and making it more, um, you know, fitting for a pagan. So, yes, this is a statue of Mary, and no, I'm not Catholic or Christian or Abrahamic whatsoever. However, I feel like after painting her black and once I adorn her with the moon phases, um, you know, it's really in my eyes, I'm going to be viewing this as the Dark Mother, the Lunar Mother, and the Triple Goddess, the Lunar Wiccan Triple Goddess. So I'm excited about that. But going back to this statue, so I really just felt so spoken to get this piece. I'm sorry. I don't know if that just interrupted the broadcast or not. Um, and I'm almost certain that that person knew I was live too. So, but every time I saw this statue, I would just kind of pass it by. Yes, exactly, Carly. So that's kind of how I felt like, because I passed by this statue like 4 or 5 times, and then I was like, well, maybe I should really get it. You know, it's been a while, and she's still here, and that's kind of one of my other things too is that like if I feel super called to get something and to buy something, sometimes I like let it sit there for a minute, and if I come back and if it's there again, then I'll get it. But so I passed her up 4 times, and um, today I decided to get her. And you know, at first, so she's sorry guys, I'm drinking diluted apple cider vinegar and water with a lemon. I'm having some skin stuff that I'm trying to clear up. And the apple cider vinegar is terrible. It is so awful. Yeah, I know that apple cider vinegar is supposed to be really good for you, but it's just like so hard to get down. Oh, which I have been actually mixing it in sweet tea. And then I take a chunk of lemon and put that in there because I hear that helps. But anyway, let me get back to this story. Let me get back to the story. So I found her and I was like, okay, I'm going to get her today. And I did. And to me, she looks very kind of Grecian esque, especially like with this hairstyle that she has. She also kind of reminds me of like a ballerina. But like her face, I don't know how well you guys can actually see this. It just looks like a lot of Grecian statues that I've seen, especially with her being kind of like white, painted, distressed. Um, it just looks very Grecian. And my Gram's, like her dining room is all themed in Grecian style. And I really like that. And I've always, you know, just been envious of my Gram's dining room because it's so gorgeous. And so many of the stuff that she has there, she actually got from Greece. Um, but anyway, so I was kind of thinking about painting her black, kind of like I painted the Mary statue, right? And then I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I feel like it would take away that like Grecian vibe if I were to paint her black, um, which I still may very well do. And maybe I'll do gold. I think she would look really cool in like a super iridescent, shiny gold. And then I plan to put her near some of my plants here in the witchy room. I have like a ponytail plant whose name is Carol, who's right over there by the window, and she's been sitting next to Carol. So maybe I will paint her gold, but I definitely think that like with this opaque kind of white, you know, the greens, it's very shocking. I don't know if I'll name her Harmonia or Concordia. I don't know. Maybe she could be a Persephone. Maybe she could be an Adrestia. Maybe she could be a Hestia or a Vesta. I mean, we can go Greco-Roman here. I don't know. But I also, for me, I also kind of thought that she, like, was very reminiscent of, like, the maiden aspect of goddess, and that is where we are at right now. As far as, like, kind of the wheel of the year goes and the season of spring and everything. So I had to get her. I was super excited. And Drioline, I don't know. Maybe I will give her a name. I mean, I named my plants, so I feel like it would just be fair to kind of name my statues. But I'll keep you guys updated on Miss Thing over here. But I'm very excited. And you guys, she was only like 20 bucks at Walmart. So if you're like looking at this statue and you're like, wow, like I need to get me that, go on up to Walmart, okay? Because they probably have it. That's where I got mine, okay? So I'm going to put her back over here. Okay, so the rest of the stuff that I had gotten, sorry, my phone was looking like it was going to fall there for a second. So the rest of the stuff that I had gotten is in this little bag. Let me get everything all situated here. Okay. And you guys, I know my hair is just looking crazy. You're just going to have to forgive me. I've been out running around, so I'm a mess. Take me as I am. You guys have seen me on this channel all glitzed out, glammed out. You've seen me on this channel looking like hot New York garbage. So take it, you know, or leave it. I don't really care. Okay. So one of the things that we have here in our house is right near the front door, I have like a little home and hearth and money altar. And I have this jar filled with incense scones, and I like to burn them there right by the front door. I mean, I burn incense elsewhere in the house too. But I've been getting a little bit low, and I haven't had a chance to get up to one of our local metaphysical shops. So I noticed today at Walmart, like, first of all, I know that this is so contrary to this whole entire video, but I actually really hate Walmart and try to avoid it like the plague. However, I was there today, and in their like candle aisle, I saw that they had incense scones, which I normally see them having incense sticks, which like sticks are totally cool too. That's just not what I burn in that area of our house. And I really like the scones because I just feel like they have a lot more aroma. They don't burn for nearly as long. Um, yeah, they don't burn for like nearly as long, but I feel like they release a lot more smoke and a lot more aroma. They're almost like little smoke bombs, in my opinion. And so I like those for that portion of the house. And I had gotten this one, which is the full moon, which, in my opinion, you guys, I feel like typically like scent stuff like candles or wax or incense that is lunar-esque typically smells like some variation of perfume, cologne, and clean linen. And that's exactly this. This smells, yeah, this smells to me like fresh and like clean. And it kind of has that like fake water smell, if you guys know what I'm talking about, like that oceanic kind of, it's kind of like oddly like androgynous smelling and like fresh linen. Like you're not really sure if it's like men's cologne, women's perfume, if it's unisex, like, so it's interesting. I don't particularly love it, to be honest, but it was there, and so I figured I'd pick some up. And the fact that it was called full moon is really also what called me in. And usually I'm not one to particularly like cologne scents or like cologne scents or uh, aquatic-y type scents. But it was called Full Moon, so I had to get it. Okay. So yeah, I got that one, and then the other one I got, which this was the only other one that they had, but I love myrrh, so that's what this one is. Let me try to change this a little bit. I don't like this is gonna fall. Okay, I think we're better here. I think we're better. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, okay. I think we're better. Okay, I think we're okay now. At least I hope so. Okay. Travesty averted. Moving on. So this one is the myrrh. And it's also an incense scone like the full moon. And I really like myrrh. You know, I like frankincense. I like myrrh. I like more muskier, earthier tones. I really enjoy patchouli. I really enjoy like a rose geranium. I really enjoy sandalwood. So I like musky, earthy smells. And this is a very like underwhelming myrrh, but I feel like it's still accurate to myrrh. And for those of you who haven't bought these before, these packages do come with little scone burners. So if you use those, um, these packages come with them. And for this much scone incense, it was $1. It was like 94 cents. So I mean, even if you're like not really sure if you're gonna like it, you're not gonna like it, like it's $1, you know? So it's not like you're gonna be missing out on too much if you just wait, you know, if you buy it and you're like, oh, I'm not crazy about it, you can always like re-gift it to a friend. I do think that it's odd that like the myrrh package has, so like this is the full moon. It has like this like basic Target print. That's what I call this, which is interesting. And then the myrrh has like animal print, I guess. So that's interesting. I'm putting my hair up because it's like really getting on my nerves for real. Oh shit. Wonderful. Okay. So going also into like the whole kind of theme of like smell good stuff, I love oil diffusers, oil burners, incense, candles, I mean, wax warmers, you name it, scent wise, we probably have it here in this house. Even like the plug in, like Febreze stuff, I'm all about it. All about it. So I picked up from the Better Homes and Gardens. They have like the little cheap wax, like the $2 wax, which definitely like it is fragrant. It definitely doesn't burn as long or as clean as like the Scentsy wax does. So disclaimer. This one is the vanilla caramel spice, which like I am basic to the 10th power, and so I love fall smells. And that's like this. That's this right here. It's like pumpkin patch apple orchard, pumpkin spice lattes, fallen leaves, scarecrows, haunted houses, like fall pastries, bonfires, like plaid, button ups, boots, jeans, like hoodies on a cold, chilly fall night. Like that's what this smells like, which is kind of like not the right time of year, but I don't really care because fall smells are usually warm and delicious, and I'm all about it. All about it. Okay, so then I also got some seeds. Walmart, for those of you who don't know, does sell seeds. And the seeds at Walmart are just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. And they're like $1. So I got some mint, which this is by the Fairy Morse brand. Okay? And so these packages are $1.44, so they're like basically $1.50. And they have all different types. And they're on like these little end caps. And the cool thing about the Fairy Moore brand that I'm going to tell you guys is that here on the back, here's the mint, which like here on the back of the package, it gives you all the information that you need. So if you are not, you know, like an expert landscaper gardener, you're just kind of starting out, this brand is super consumer friendly because on the back it'll tell you how many days it takes for the herb or plant or vegetable or whatever to germinate. Okay, and then it will also tell you how high, like how tall it's supposed to grow, how far you should space these out if you're going to be planting them in the ground. So from, you know, tomato plant to tomato plant, typically you want to plant them, what, 3 to 4 feet apart, I think, depending on the tomato plant. It also tells you how deep you should plant these, and it also normally tells you if it's a flower, when to expect a bloom and how long to expect the bloom for. So the Fairy Morse brand is a great brand to get, especially if you're just starting out. Like I said, like if you're not super knowledgeable, this can really be beneficial. And also on the back of this package here, so here's all the information about germination and how far you should plant them apart. Here it shows you these different zones, okay, with the map here of the United States. So I don't know if like this brand is exclusive just to the United States, or if maybe in other countries they have a different map. I'm not really sure, and yeah, so I'm sorry if you're watching from outside of the states and this brand is unavailable to you. You know, I'm sorry. Um, so I live here in Indiana, in the United States, and we are in zone 6. So typically in zone 6, like we don't really want to put stuff outside until like after Mother's Day, because then we are completely out of signs of frost or freezing weather because you don't want any of that because it's just going to kill and zap whatever you put out there. Okay, so getting into what I got. So yeah, I got the mint, which I showed you guys, which I have tried to grow mint before in the past, and I have just struggled. I don't know why. I just feel like, I mean, I have a relatively green thumb. Like, I'm not bad at gardening, but I feel like every time I try to grow mint, I kill it. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's not getting enough sunlight or if I'm overwatering it or what. But I'm going to try again this year. And this is just regular mint. Last year I tried to grow chocolate mint, and that was from an actual seed or sapling, I guess, and already started plant. So, and that's what I've done before. I've just bought the mint already grown and then tried to keep it up, and I've killed it. So I'm gonna try to grow it from a seed. And yeah, Dre, you're talking about your mom and her mint plant. I have been to friends' houses who have overgrown, gorgeous, very aromatic mint plants. Um, and I love that. And I'm going to try to grow some mint myself. Plus, I love using mint in food and as well as teas. I also got, I love cherry tomatoes. So I got a pack of these. And also, just so you guys know, this brand has like, I think you get about 50 to 80 seeds in the packet. I could be really wrong here, but I think each packet has about 50 or 80 seeds. But yeah, so I got the red cherries, tomatoes, which I love these. I love these eating them just by themselves, just like popping them like popcorn. And I also love eating them like in salads or smashing them up and adding them into sauces. So I'm excited for these. Hey Animist, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm late. You're talking about you showing up late. I'm on here late. I'm usually not on here this late at night, you guys. I'm not, but I was just like, I had gotten this stuff and I was just kind of in the mood to hang out, and I was like, let me just hop on here and see if anyone else is alive and awake. And it turns out that you guys are, so that's awesome. Because otherwise, I would just be talking to this camera, and people would just be viewing it later on after it's uploaded. So it's much better that there's people here. Also, Carly, we need to hang out. We need to hang out, okay? Hey, Lady Witch. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the shit show. I'm a mess. My hair's crazy. My face is oily. You could grease a pan. But my nails are done, so, and I'm doing a haul, so thanks for joining. So, okay, I also, guys, um, so if you guys have been watching me, you know I've been talking about wanting to grow some milkweed. Because outside of my witchy room window, I have like a very uh, steep brick ledge, and I would love to plant some milkweed to help the local pollinators and butterflies. And also, like, butterflies were a representation of my mother and a symbol of her, of transformation, um, and empowerment. And I would love to be able to sit in my sacred space and see butterflies on a more, like, because I don't know about you guys, but like, I know growing up, like, I used to see like tons of like butterflies of various different sizes and colors. And it seems like now, and maybe it's just like where I live, or maybe I'm just like not spending as much time outside as I used to as a kid, or maybe my eyes just aren't as open, but I feel like I don't see that many butterflies anymore. And I feel like the majority of butterflies that I do see are like very punchy, teensy, very bland butterflies. So anyway, so I wanted to get some milkweed. However, they did not sell milkweed. So I ended up getting this wildflower mix, which in the past I've taken like a portion of the yard and just like tilled it up and spread out grass and wildflower seed over that little portion and just let it get crazy all harvest season. And by the end of the harvest season, it is off the chain. What? Okay, so Animus says the monarch butterflies will thank you for the milkweed. They have a population crash from overclearance, farmlands, and the... I know! That's why I was going to want to plant the milkweed, because I know it's supposed to be beneficial to the pollinators. And Random, thanks for joining. The chat box just said from now on it will be recording the chat box. What? Guys, I'm so technologically illiterate, you really have to break everything down for me. I don't know, you guys, if the milkweed just grows wildly here. I mean, does it? I don't know if it does. I don't know. I don't know. But I got this wildflower mix also by Fairy Morse, which this says it's a bird and butterfly mixture. Attract the birds with beauty and help local pollinators. And this has tons of seed in this package. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the difference. Like, listen, here's the tomato one. Can you guys hear that? Okay. This has tons of seed. So I think I have like a large planter, and what I was kind of thinking about doing was having the wildflowers on like a large planter on like a raised like little table thing by our front door. And then I'll probably plant some of this like, I don't know, maybe on like one of the windowsills, like maybe this window over here, maybe, and plant the wildflowers there. I also think it'd be pretty to have a potted plant with some wildflowers in it, like here in the house, like on my desk or something. I don't know. So I got that. Now you guys, I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this. Let me get some of this. Oh, random. That's awesome. I didn't. Okay, that makes sense now. Dre, if you want to send me some milkweed seeds, I would absolutely support that, and you're absolutely more than welcome to do that. So just putting it out there. I'm just planting that seed, and I will see the harvest. Okay, So, guys, these are moonflowers. Oh my god. Evening glories. Enjoy the evening fragrance. So, these moonflowers, guys, and these seeds are huge. Huge. These moonflowers, they open up in the evening and they are so fragrant. And I just think it's cute because they're moonflowers. And, oh, I just dropped it. Let me give you guys a close up of this. Which moonflowers, they have like big bushy leaves and they're heart shaped. How cute is that? And how cute would it be to have a moonflower garden with this Dark Mother statue? I mean, come on. Come on, that's perfect, right? Also, I'll show you guys this. This is what the wildflower packet looks like. Alright, so I got those. Also, I got another thing of the tomato seeds as well. The cherry tomatoes. Which, looking back, I had actually thought that I had gotten like the big tomatoes and the cherry tomatoes, but once I was at checkout, I realized I had gotten 2 packages of the cherry tomatoes, which is fine. Like I said, these packages come with a bunch of seeds. They're $1.50. I can always go back and get more. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome, 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 welcome. I plant wildflowers every year, and I like to plant them in a spot where I can allow them to overgrow and get crazy. The last package that I bought today, which I will be getting more seeds because now that we are here in a house and, you know, we've moved. And Carly, who's in the chat, like I said, we're friends in real life. She can attest to this. We have moved every single year. Every single year we've moved. And we've always moved up. So like one apartment to a bigger apartment to a townhouse to a bigger townhouse to now a house. But we're thinking about staying here for a couple years. So I'm excited because that means that I can kind of move out of my container gardens and really start getting my hands dirty here. So that's what I intend on doing. So I also got True Lavender, which the Fairy Morse brand sells 2 different types of lavender. They sell the Mugnet Lavender, which is like a slightly duller color variation, but I think that the duller color variation is more fragrant. I'm not totally sure, guys. But this one, like, the camera's just not doing it justice, but it is so bright and so vibrant. And I know that lavender also helps local pollinators. Now, for those of you who may have not as much experience with lavender, I will tell you that lavender, especially here in our time zone, our, like, horticulture zone, it does not like to get its feet wet. So this is not necessarily the best plant to always have outdoors, because if it gets overwatered, it will die. It is very susceptible. And here in the Midwest, I mean, our seasons change on a daily basis, it seems like. Just a couple days ago, it was like 70 degrees. And today there's a blizzard outside. I'm not kidding. It makes me so mad. So mad. Persephone, Hades, Demeter, let's get it together here. Let's get it together because I would like some consistency. Okay? I have seasonal allergies. Can we get it together? But yeah, so I got the lavender, which there's multiple different types of lavender, but the Fairy Morse brand that Walmart carries, I only saw 2 different types. And the True Lavender, this one, is like more like colorful, and it's like a more deeper shade of purple. However, I think that the Mugnet, I think is what it's called, it's like, this is like a very bright purple. The Mugnet Lavender is more like, I don't know, a lighter purple, like a lavender purple. I don't know. But I think that the other one's supposed to be more fragrant, and this one is supposed to just be like more pretty, like in color, I think. And then I also think that these are not the True Lavender. I think is taller than the Mugnet Lavender, which is shorter. But for any of you guys who are much more knowledgeable in lavender than I am, correct me. Let me know, because that's what I'm going off of. Lady Witch, please get Demeter some chocolate, please. I don't know what's going on, but she needs to get it together. Okay, so the very last thing that I got, which you guys have probably seen these, is the Jiffy Professional Greenhouse. Now, I used one of these last year to start my sunflowers and basil, forget-me-nots, and cilantro in. And I'm not going to be planting all of my seeds in this. I'm going to pick a few to start off with. But I'm going to show you guys how I do these. So this is like $10, okay? And you get 36 little seed pods in here. So I'm going to open this. Oh gosh. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Okay? Now, what you do is you take off this plastic lid, save this, don't throw it away. So you have all these little seed pods. And you're going to take water, which this is what I'm drinking. This has apple cider vinegar and some lemon because I'm working on kind of clearing up my skin and just overall immune wellness. So I'm not going to be using this because this is for me. This is jasmine fertilizer. And I'm probably not going to even do this tonight. But so you take like some water and you drizzle the water over these little pellets. And this is what these pellets look like up close. Oh, I'm not even in frame. I was looking at chat, sorry. So these are what the pellets look like up close. Now, when you put water on these pellets, they are going to expand to about 2 inches or so. And there's like a biodegradable kind of mesh film that covers these. And once they are wet, you can kind of poke a hole in the top there. Carly says that Carly fertilizers are macaroni and whiskey. That's awesome. I would love either of those right now. Right about now, I would like either of those. Okay. But yeah, so you pour water over these, and they will expand, and then you can kind of poke a hole in the top and put a couple, like 3 or 4 little seeds within the seed packet. Now, something else that you guys might want to keep in mind, if you are going to buy one of these and you intend on doing more than one type of plant, you might want to think about creating some kind of layout, not just doing it all willy-nilly. Now, this might be the Virgo in my natal chart speaking here. But what I have done in the past is I've done 4 different types of plants in this starter. So how I do that is I'll take like some red nail polish or even like a silver permanent marker. You guys know the ones I'm talking about. And I'll put north, south, east, and west, like to create a grid. So that way I know, and this is just an example, okay, that the northeast corner, so the, the seed packets here, the 9 pellets here, are lavender, okay? So that's the northeast. The southwest, might be the cherry tomatoes, and that's how I do that. So you pretty much drizzle the water over this, and then you're going to put your seeds in that. And then pretty much right after that, what you're going to do is you're going to take this plastic piece that I told you not to throw away. You're going to save this, and you're going to bring this back, and you're going to put this on here. And this doesn't, in my experience, I've used these for a couple years. These don't like click all the way on, which drives me crazy. Let me not swear on here. Anyway, it drives me nuts that this does not sit perfectly. But then you want to put this not necessarily in direct sunlight, but where it still can get some sun. And then the heat, it's going to act like a mini greenhouse. And I have had great results starting my seeds with this method, this Jiffy method. I grew sunflowers last year, and it said the germination period in order for them to start growing was, I think, 10 days. And they were already about 3 inches tall in 3 days. They grew like crazy. Those were the mammoth sunflowers, which actually were growing so fast and accelerating so quickly that it was hard for me to even just keep up. And then because they've just unfortunately been so genetically modified, their heads are so big it can't keep its body up. So, which is unfortunate. But yeah, you guys, that is my haul. You know, I got some wax that smells of autumn, even though we're heading into spring. And Carly, I will get you that information that you were talking about earlier about my address, my new address. I will get you that. But that's my haul. I got, the spiced wax for the warmers. I got 2 things of the scone incense, which you get 40 scones in a pack. So this was 80 scones of incense, which I light at least one per day, if not more. Which, you know, I always like to have one going right before company comes over, or first thing in the morning, or before I have a client coming to my house. So, because in this room here, in this witchy room, this is where I do my in-house readings. For those people that are local, and it's also where I do hair at. I have like a little salon set up. You can't see it because it's over in that spot of the room. Um, but yeah, and then I got, the Jiffy thing to fertilize seeds in and start those up, and then I got the seeds themselves. Um, so this is something else that I could talk about though while I'm up here and while we're talking about Walmart stuff. So if you guys have seen this, I don't know if you guys have seen this at Walmart or not. The apple cider vinegar just makes me so burpy. I'm sorry. Okay, so Better Homes and Gardens, that Walmart sells essential oil. Okay, now this one is the lavender essential oil, and that's what it's sold as, essential oil on the package. Okay, so there's usually a box, and like I think it's like for 10 or $15 you can get like 4 15 milliliter bottles. Now, on the actual bottle itself, I don't know if this is even going to be in frame for you guys or not, but on the actual bottle itself, it says essential oil blend. So that's a really big difference between essential oil and an essential oil blend. And I'm going to show you guys how you can tell. So a true essential oil should be kind of a very thick oil, and it should be not so easy to come out. Now let me show you this. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but it's just like dripping out. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So, but the Better Homes and Gardens, this is a blend. This is not an essential oil. If you actually look here at the ingredients, let me see if I can get this in frame at least. So if you look here at the ingredients, coconut oil is actually the first ingredient. So what they are doing, because here's the thing, it's crazy. You could not be selling essential oil 15 milliliters for 4 15 milliliter bottles. That would be crazy to be selling it for 10 or $15. Okay, that's crazy. First of all, if it's that cheap, you want to be asking some questions or really re-examining it, and that's what I did. Now I will absolutely use these in my oil diffusers, and I will absolutely use these also in like my bath stuff, which I'm not condoning that or telling you guys that you should take this Better Homes and Gardens and use it in your bath, because it does specifically say, read caution statement carefully, that it's flammable, not intended for eternal or external use. So it does say that. However, I have noticed that like I've not had any issues using this, as long as I only put like 3 or 4 drops and then dilute it in a full tub of water. So I've not had any issues. But the Better Homes and Garden essential oil from Walmart, this is yeah, Stephanie, I'm not saying that, it's a good idea to use this on your body, because it is not 100% therapeutic grade essential oil. It's just not. So anytime you do that, you are running a risk. However, the reason why I will do this is because it is just pure coconut oil and essential oil blended together. So if it was a different type of blend that had, chemical substitutes and stuff like that in there, I would definitely think twice about it. The package itself does say not to use it. Um, the package itself does say like not to use it on your skin and things like that. However, regular essential oils anyway that are therapeutic grade, you it suggests that you dilute those anyway also because they can be very potent and very irritating. However, I have applied essential oils, just a few drops in my hand and rubbed them out like this and then applied them to my arms and my chest, and I have not had any issues. So this is just me speaking for myself. I'm not recommending anyone else do this. Use your brain and trust your body and what your body tells you. So so here's another example of an essential oil. This is also lavender. I keep lavender right here by my diffuser. So this is by the Art Naturals brand. This is what their bottles look like, this is a 10 milliliter bottle. This is a 15 milliliter bottle. Can you guys kind of see that there? Okay, so this is from the Art Naturals brand, and this is 100% pure therapeutic grade. So, and I really like these bottles because not only, does it tell you what type of essential oil it is in the bottle, which I would sure hope it would, but it also is color coordinated. So like the lavender is like this purple color. I'm pretty sure the spearmint is like a bluish color, and they have a peppermint, which is like a reddish color. They have an orange, a sweet orange oil, which is orange. They have a lemon, which is like yellow. They have, I'm pretty sure patchouli is like a brown. Anyway, so it makes it really nice because like this over here, over here is like a little kitchen cob. And on the top of it, I've like made it into a cleansing station with Palo Santo spray, sea salt sprays, full moon water, my sage. But like inside here, the cabinets is all my essential oils as well as oil blends and salves and stuff that I have actually custom made, or the essential oils that I've bought and stuff. And so it makes it easy when I open that up because I can automatically tell this is lavender. That's a huge thing for me. Versus other bottles that, they have their brand. Like this one has the Better Homes and Garden brand on there. However, they all have the same packaging aside from what they're labeled. So looking at a row of 10 of these, if you're not really paying attention to the label, it's hard to tell them apart because they all look the exact same. Versus the Art Naturals brand has color coding, so I really, really like that. I really like that. And you can find this on Amazon. They do have sales occasionally. I'm pretty sure right now, and I'm going to say this too, I'm not being endorsed by any of these companies. This is just me, friend to friend, pal to pal, telling you what I've learned and so forth. Because I really hate paying full price for anything. I'll tell you that right now. And so the Art Naturals brand, they have sales from time to time where you can get like certain bundles, like you can get 6 for like the price of 4. So, so that is my spiel on essential oils. If anyone has, any questions or recommendations or whatever, like if there's a topic that you would like me to address or a question that you have, feel free to ask me in the chat. I know that the chat is a little bit delayed, so we'll just kind of hang out here for a minute. And I'm probably going to hop off here in like maybe the next 5-10 minutes. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know. This is another thing that I actually got off Amazon too, recently. So for, I think it was $3 or $4, I got a pack of these black chicken feathers, which are really nice and small and really easy to work with. And I got like 100. It was either 50 or 100, I forget. But I've already used like a ton of them because I've been making some witches ladders lately for myself and for some friends and family. And I just used this hemp cord, which I also got from Walmart. And this was like $5. But I mean, it's 193 and a half feet of hemp. And I like to use this in necklaces. I like to use this in my witch's ladders. Okay, any way to cover up the taste of vinegar in the drink? Apple cider vinegar does taste like absolute misery and self hate. Um, it does. Which right now this is actually an old moonshine jar from Gatlinburg that I should have used Mod Podge to cover up the label, but I didn't, so it's kind of frayed. But yeah, it's just a Smoky Mountain moonshine jar. Inside of this, I just have plain old water. And then I have a lemon slice because lemons are so good for multiple things for your health. And they taste good. And they keep you youthful. They do. They keep you youthful, honey. So, and then I just put like a shot of the apple cider vinegar in the water. However, something that I have found that makes it a little bit easier to get down. Yes, you could do whiskey, Carly. I have not tried that, so I might have to get back to you. I might have to get back to you on that. But sweet tea or unsweetened tea if you're trying to watch your sugar levels, chop up some lemons, squeeze the lemon juice into it, fill it up to like on a mason jar, fill it up like about to there with the sweet tea, and then put one or two shots of the apple cider vinegar, and then chop up some lemon slices and put it in here. And I have found that makes it easier than just drinking plain water to get it down because that fermented vinegar taste of the apple cider vinegar is pungent. And if you're going to be, including apple cider vinegar and like any cleanses or tonics or something that I have, which is something that I'm working on clearing up right now, is sometimes I experience hydrodermatitis um, suppurativa, which what that is basically from time to time my lymph nodes, like around here, like in my armpit and stuff, get clogged and it becomes very painful. And they can like bump up, kind of like almost like a razor rash or like razor burn. And it has nothing to do, like, if anyone else experiences the same thing, it's hydrodermatitis suppurativa. And it has nothing to do with how cleanly you are. It has nothing to do with any fragrances you may or may not use. It has nothing to do with shaving. A lot of people think that, shaving irritates it or causes it, or that certain deodorants may or may not cause it. And while certain things you might use, like aluminum based deodorants or shaving every single day, could agitate it, they pop up on their own. And if they get too big, you have to go in, they have to like pop them, lance them, drain them, and it's this whole ordeal. And they typically think that hydrodermatitis suppurativa is genetic. And my aunt has actually even told me that like she gets the same thing. And what she does when she starts feeling them coming on is she drinks diluted apple cider vinegar, you know, multiple times a day. And in the next couple of days, she feels it going away. Another thing that I have learned, like if the bump gets big, like larger than like the size of a pea, and it starts coming to a head, one of the herbs that you guys can get, and I recommend this herb for so much, it is called La Governadora, which is the governess in Spanish for those of you who don't know. And you can actually make a salve from La Governadora. And the salve, you can just take like some water and a little bit of like coconut oil or something and a bunch of the herb and put it in a cup, and then heat it up. Like double boiler method over the stove. I don't know if I'd recommend microwaving it because you're going to be nuking out a lot of the beneficial like minerals and vitamins from the herbs. So I don't know if I'd recommend that. But then you basically let the herbs loosely steep in the water mixture. And then what you want to do after that is kind of drain it so you have just like soaking wet herbs and water pretty much. And then you're going to take a cotton ball and dip it in some of the water mixture to get it kind of wet. And then you're going to kind of roll it in that soaked herb mixture. And you want the herb itself to be physically touching your skin. So I have used this before on a dog bite to draw out infection. And I have used this before on um, I have used this before on the hydrodermatitis suppurativa when it's come to a head, and it will actually bring it and expel the infection all the way out of your body, so you don't have to go and get it popped and drained. That's my 2 cents on the apple cider vinegar kick that I've been on the past couple days. Lemons I find really do help because the citrus of the lemon does kind of help mask the, is it alkaline of the vinegar? All right, Carly, you go do that. You do that. You make some videos on that, or you come over here to my house and we'll do it together. And we can make it into a girls' night where we get some whiskey and apple cider vinegar and talk about being healthy while drinking alcohol. Sorry. People keep calling me while I am on. All right. I'm gonna hop off of here. And I hope all of you guys have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna call these people back who have kept calling me, and yeah. So you guys take care. Love you all, and I'll talk. Bye. I just got another phone call. It's crazy. Everyone wants to call me when I'm on live. See you.